The school year is officially winding down, and that means the standards of learning testing is almost over. But come 2026, testing will look different, and lawmakers say the stakes will be higher.
That's right. That's because these tests will soon make up a percentage of a student's final grade. Emily Harrison breaks down some of the biggest changes. Emily, what can you tell us?
Well, Dana, it's going to be a lot for students to take a handle on because starting in 2026, standardized tests will now make up 10% of a student's final grade. And this is a big shift from what we currently see. As of right now, these tests make up 0% of a student's final grade. And while many educators say it's worth at least a shot, others have concerns.
In a bipartisan effort, Democrats and Republicans agree the results of standardized testing have to change and recently upped the stakes for students to make it 10% of their final grade.
The shift to it actually counting as a part of their final grade will be a huge shift for Virginia students.
Dr. Brandy Wicker, manager of school counseling services at Virginia Connections Academy, says it could incentivize students to do better and is just one of the notable changes. The new law also pushes back when teachers give standardized testing and simplifies the grading system for parents to understand.
I just got off of the phone with a parent before this phone call where we were discussing her students' SOL scores and things of that sort. And so when you're just throwing out these just really random numbers to parents, to some parents, like, oh, well, they got a 375 or a 392. It honestly doesn't mean much to many people who aren't in education.
Now the grading scale will shift to 100 points, mimicking what students see every day. And students will still have to pass 5 SOLs in order to graduate. But some are worried about what this means for nervous test takers.
I was one of those kids that I suck at taking tests.
It's not a good take, really. It puts a label on the students.
Dr. Wicker agreed it is a concern, but it's also the reason the state has released past tests so students can study in advance. The changes start at the beginning of the 2026-2027 academic school year.
Now, Dr. Wicker says there are a lot of resources out there to help students who don't typically do well on standardized testing. At her academy, she says she often meets with small groups or has one-on-one sessions to prepare for the standardized tests, although she acknowledges this is going to be a big shift in the future. Emily Harrison, 13 News Now.
All right, thanks, Emily. According to the National Assessment of Educational Progress, Virginia students have barely progressed in test scores after dropping sharply during the COVID-19 pandemic.